Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for May 2024. Happy birthday to those celebrating a birthday. I hope it's a great birthday for you. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, always. Many of you are intuitively guided to readings now, and I feel like it's your spirit guides to like pique your interest. You may not know if you have Taurus in your chart, but something is making you watch it. It's your spirit guides. They'll do whatever they need to get a sign to you, get messages to you. So, and I read through my spirit guides. Um, you may be in love with the Taurus. It can be romantically, platonically, and if that's the case, your guides will also give you messages. So just be open to that. I just say whatever brought you, welcome. We're gonna go ahead and get into your reading. It's interesting. I was just doing your reading and I got a knock on my door and I went to pause it, but instead of pausing it, I stopped it. So instead of pacing them together or whatever you call that, I'm just gonna start over. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna use a couple different decks. We're gonna use the Tarot Dreams. We're gonna use the Psychic Tarot. We're gonna use Mother Mary for her words of wisdom and to really go deep within your reading. And that's why my readings are longer because I go deep. I want to get you, I don't want to just tell you what you already know, where you are, and that type of thing. I want to help you to evolve if that's what you're looking for. Um, so that's why we do go deep. And if you don't have, enough patience for a long reading, which is fine, I would recommend watching like the last 10 minutes before you click off. And I'm saying that because I feel like the second part of the reading is really where our solutions, our answers start to come out. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get back into your reading. Um, and we're going to start with the Psychic Tarot. So, as many of you know, I do pre-shuffle my decks beforehand, but I do like to give it a shuffle or two with you actually here. So let's go ahead and do that. By the way, this is for May 2024. Don't know if I said that, but I also feel many readings are timeless. So what I mean by that is sometimes you may not be open to hearing certain messages, and then something down the road like remind you of the reading, and then you go back and you listen and you hear it in a whole different way. Well, different perspective. You're in a different place in your life. Something may have opened up and now you're like, oh, I think I get it now. All right, but let's go ahead and begin. Let me actually bring my lid down. Here we go. I'm going to be curious to see if we get the same cards. We have patience. This is card of Sagittarius. Um, divine timing. It's all about divine timing. There may be something that you've been waiting for, and it may not have shown, you're like, where is it? Why is it taking so long? Temperance is saying, patience, my dear. It's on its way. Trust in divine timing. And that just means that whatever is meant to find you um, is meant to find you in divine timing. So I love Temperance opening up your reading, by the way. And before I clicked off the last one, you opened with the Ace of Swords. So that was also good. We have the Five of Cups. All right, so some of you may be missing someone. Five of Cups is asking you, especially because it's a five. Fives are always are asking for change or to consider change. But the Five of Cups is asking you, where is your focus at? Is your focus on what you have lost? And, you know, um, are you getting stuck in that energy? Or are you able and willing to start focusing back on the present moment and all that can be? I feel like we all lose something. But I feel like it means You know, first of all, the person in the Five of Cups, when they don't focus on what they have lost, what they find are two cups. And temperance really is the controller, I feel, of the soulmate energy. And I'm saying soulmate because when I think of two cups, I think of soulmates. So, all in divine timing. And I feel like that's probably the best timing anyway. So, am I willing to look at where my focus is at? I know it's not an easy energy. It can be sadness and all of that. You had the Three of Swords, and I feel like this is kind of replacing that Three of Swords in this reading. Um, but I also want to remind you that there are still two cups that this person has yet to find. And I love that temperance is part of it, all in divine timing. That means the perfect timing. So let's keep going. By the way, five and then four and one would be another five. We talked about two changes coming up. Look at this, another five. Another five. Material and financial changes. Some of you could have lost a job. Whoa. And then we have power. This is the strength card. Card of Leo. Interesting that we have, first of all, it's a number eight. Eight does signify a new beginning. You have two energies that ask for change. One of these, maybe I didn't quite ask for this change. Maybe I didn't ask for any of these energies to happen. But what is my reaction to them? Like, how long am I going to stay in the woe is me? And I'm not, like, listen, we all are in that energy for a little while, but we also have to, like, say one day, okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough is enough. Eight is also a number of affinity, as above, so below, and it's mirroring temperance, divine timing. For some of you, it was about finding your own courage to maybe make some changes yourself. And maybe that's what temperance is. Sometimes we're like, come on, universe, what's going on? But sometimes the universe is waiting on us to allow ourselves to have these new beginnings. In the eight, or in the strength card, it really is taking a deep dive within and figuring out, what are my own challenges? What can I overcome? What do I need to look at? What has held me down, held me back? And I feel like ultimately, as you reflect upon that, what you find is really courage. And the reason why is you start to realize really everything you have overcome. Where maybe back here I was feeling weak. But then as I start to move through this energy, I start to realize, oh my God, I am so much stronger than I thought. And I feel like once you find that courage, you don't lose it. All right, let's bring in the Tarot Dreams now. And let's go under this. So interesting, three fives and an eight. I also feel temperance is, I feel like she's the one who really balances the soulmate's energies. You know what I mean? Making sure both cups are equally filled. It really is about balance. And boy, when you can find balance, I feel like that's the secret of life. All right. Tarot of Dreams. Let's add you into the reading. Okay. We have the Four of Wands. Nice. That's the marriage card, by the way. Look at this, the Five of Cups coming under the Five of Cups. Could that possibly be two people who are missing each other? And maybe they don't even know it. Maybe they haven't spoken that. Maybe they haven't spoken to each other. and I love that the marriage card comes under temperance, divine timing. This is about a true commitment, really. It can go to marriage if that's what one wants, but it doesn't have to mean marriage. To me, it's true commitment, it's true love. I feel like when these two people make a commitment to each other, they make it for a lifetime. Now, there is free will, so you can't guarantee someone like this will last a lifetime, but I do feel like if there are issues or any challenges that arise, I feel like these people will work it out together. You know, have a feeling that neither one of these, I'm just going to say soulmates, know that the other is missing the other one. We're both missing each other. But what beautiful cards both have. And this is exactly why I'm doing this format because I am looking for the synchronicities. And I mean, come on, the Five of Cups under the Five of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, interesting. That could be untrustworthy energy, but I have to tell you, it's coming under your financial house. That could certainly talk about just keeping an eye on like your own ideas. You know what I mean? Because I feel like in this energy, it could be someone I work with who, in some way, I feel like steals my work, takes my ideas and claims them as their own. Interesting. And, I feel like why we're talking about work and love is because I do feel like there are a couple changes that are on the horizon. Now, in this energy here, listen, I feel like, well, we're going to see what's following it because he's looking back. But I feel like whoever this is, it could certainly be someone who, like, also put their hands, like, in my money. Like, just going to take $1, just going to take $10, that type of energy. And for some of you, it may just be energy that I fear. Like I fear whether I can trust love, whether I can trust anyone. I hate to go to that extreme. But let's see what this person in the Seven of Swords is looking at. Because it's almost like they don't want us to see. Look at that, the magician, the manifester. Literally, Taurus, I feel like someone has like stolen ideas, claimed your work as their own. I'm getting this image of like, like I'm at my desk doing my thing, and there's someone like looking like behind me who's like looking at my computer screen and they can see what I'm typing or what have you. And then boom, they go to their computer and they claim it. But listen, th- I feel like if that's the case, I feel like karma will find them. And I feel like you can just trust in that, especially with the magician here. And I love that the magician's coming under the strength card, which really, again, power. That's what it's called here, power. And an 8. So if I think about the magician, and if I just think about Tarot, the magician is the fool's first mentor along this journey. And the fool tells the magician tells the fool, you possess every tool that you need to be successful, not just on this journey, but any journey. Like you already possess it. Why? Well, for some of you, because you had the courage to go deep. You had the courage to figure yourself out. You know what I mean? And I feel like, listen, when I know me, good luck to anybody in the Seven of Swords. Like shame on me the first time. But I don't feel like it's something that would happen again. Now, could this potentially be talking about someone who could have been unfaithful in love? Mm, it could. It could. But I'm not really feeling the energy of like cheating. Maybe lying. You know what I mean? Like someone who lied a lot. You did have the Ten of Swords in the last reading, but it did come in reverse. Um, and to me, that was beautiful energy. I was so upset when I hit, instead of pause, I hit stop. And I'm like, dang it. But listen, maybe it's just meant to be. And I feel like whatever, if it wants to come out again, it'll come out again. But also, I want you to see the magician is mirroring the Four of Wands, the marriage card, the true commitment card. Let's call it that. And listen, maybe there was somebody in my life that I just couldn't trust because it is coming over changes or under changes. So maybe that's part of it. For some of you, maybe I thought one particular person was my person, but maybe they were for that period. Well, let's go underneath. So let's keep going. Let's bring in the psychic tarot back in. I feel like if some of you lost a job, I feel like you have the ability to create. First of all, if like you're not interested in doing your own business type of thing, then I feel like putting resumes out because I do feel like this is a good period in your life. Now, I do think the Five of Cups still exist. I do feel like there is someone I still miss. But I feel like they feel the same way. But it's interesting because I have a feeling neither one knows that yet. All right, we have obstacles and challenges. Well, you did have that in your last one. And then we have accelerated motion under these two Fives of Cups. So, could Temperance be saying, now is the time? This is divine timing. Maybe there was something that I needed to overcome, they needed to overcome. It is a five, so it is talking about a change. And then not only a change, but then a new beginning. And then fast energy, fast moving energy. This person's looking right at a star. It's like she's making her wish. And could that wish be who's ever in the Five of Cups? I'm not just going to say that because I also feel like maybe there's two wishes because one of the wishes feels like it has something to do with your, let's just say, financial house. And I do feel like, you've gone through a difficult time, dealt with some difficult people. It could be one person, but it could be more than one person. And again, because I feel the Seven of Swords, like I don't really feel it in the love sector unless it's because I don't feel cheating, is what I'm saying. Now, it could certainly talk about like someone who lied a lot and, why? Well, I don't want to make excuses for them, but it's just maybe, I don't know. Well, let's go below it. Seven is also a very spiritual number. Okay, we got a lot of cards. Holy crap. I'm going to take them though. We have discontentment and boredom. This is the Four of Cups. So interesting because you have financial and material changes here, discontentment and boredom here. So I could have certainly changed jobs, but maybe I wasn't satisfied where I was at anyway. The person in the Four of Cups is receiving a cup. You can't really see it here, but it does want you to use your spiritual discernment or trust your spiritual discernment because I feel like the cup is good. You just need to trust that. This person right now has their back to the world. Makes me feel like that Seven of Swords still has a little bit of effect. Let's keep going. Hello, Empress. Hello, Empress. So, I feel like the Empress can overcome anything. I feel like the Empress has overcome so much. The Empress is a reminder to keep your heart open, to learn to use your energy as the barometer of what is good and what isn't maybe not good for you. The Empress will know it. She'll trust her energy. And by the way, I feel like her energetic field is so large, so wide that if anybody in the Seven of Swords tried to enter that field, all the alarms would go off. I'm like seeing the Empress like in her castle and like all the alarms, security men would run out there, you know. This is also someone who's very creative. So again, if this is like maybe I lost a job or maybe I even just left that job because or maybe I'm thinking about it. Now, I did talk about if some of you are self-employed or maybe that's what you want to be, is self-employed. And the Empress is mirroring challenges and obstacles. Well, she's learned how to get through those obstacles. She doesn't let them stop her anymore. All right, let's see what else we got. Well, hello, Emperor, right next to the Empress. I mean, hello. First of all, this would be fantastic energy if someone is thinking about collaborating with another. I mean, this is perfect energy for that. Now, as love goes, this is my power couple. Like especially when they're side by side. The mother and the father. Some of you could certainly have, you could be in a relationship right now. You may just be going through like a tough period. But do I think that these two can overcome? I do. Do I think these two will figure it out? I do. But let's see what else we got. Partnerships and alliances. Maybe that was feeling like, um, where I feel like these two, if they collaborate together, watch out, world. We have, well, hello, spiritual union. Now, this is why I tell you to watch the end of the reading. Because we didn't know that up here, right? Two Fives of Cups. Two people missing each other, but probably neither one realizes that. Temperance is here. She's like, I've got control of this. I do need to make sure that each soulmate does their part. And maybe that means reflection, understanding what happened, and how we can better guarantee it won't happen again. This doesn't just say soulmates, this says spiritual union. And you do have the marriage card or the commitment card here. And it's coming with partnerships and alliances. That's the Three of Pentacles. And I have to tell you, I love the Three of Pentacles next to the soulmate because that means, first of all, I already knew this, but that means this is someone who can recognize your soul. They can look in your eyes and see right to your soul and vice versa. Wow. Oh my gosh. Taurus, love begins. Ace of Cups. Interesting because it's not saying, maybe down the road, this and that. It is literally telling us that there's a spiritual union and the love begins, the love flows. This is unconditional love. So even if this is like someone that you must still love, I can't see there's no way you don't love them. And there's no way they don't love you. Does that guarantee you? Again, free will. But sitting as the emperor and the empress, man, I feel like you could not guarantee yourself more. Both these people have had many difficult experiences. But they have really learned from it. Both these people really care about their fellow man and in some way help lead their fellow man, both of them. So there must have been like a raising of vibration, understanding of issues, like some things we can overcome. Listen, there's some things we can't overcome, and that is your choice, and that is free will. And that's why I say anyone who tells you like 100%, I guarantee you, well, I don't know how they can do that. Because even your spirit guides don't want to interfere in your free will. It was a gift. It's a gift from God. But last but not least, I mean, we're going to go back and clarify, but Nine of Swords, unnecessary worry. You did have this in the other reading. And I know someone would be like, well, upload is Sandy. It was literally like 8 minutes. And then Sam knocked at my door, and instead of pausing it, I hit stop. So I don't think it's worth it, to be honest, because I feel like this is covering it anyway. But Nine of Swords, you know, to me that means someone in the Five of Cups may not be ready or willing to turn around at this point, or they want to, but they're afraid to. Nine of Swords is unnecessary worry, especially with Temperance as your very first card that is mirroring power, courage, strength. That is mirroring the Empress and the Emperor. I know. Worry. It's hard to stop worrying about something, especially if, interesting. It also says suffering in silence because I feel like these two people don't know. These two people don't know that the other one's missing them. Interesting. All right. Let's see what's on the bottom of this deck. Well, patience again and planning. This is Seven of Pentacles, by the way, and often relate to Seven Pentacles to like your tree of life. And as a metaphor, think of it as like an apple tree. And each apple is your soul seed of intention. And Temperance is saying you're not going to want to pick that apple before it's ripe. Let it become ripe and then pick it. And I'll let you know. I'll let you know when it's the perfect time. That's another reason why you want to have a clear mind, right? So that you can really pick up on these signs. And for some of you, that's why you're here. Okay. And then I'm going to look at this on the bottom of the deck. Six of Cups. So, you do have treasured memories of someone. You can have hard memories also. But this is saying there are good memories. There are loving memories. This could certainly talk about someone back in the day. This could have been something that was way back when. Kind of my life story. My first love. And then 40 years goes by. I mean, we broke up when we were teenagers. 40 years go by and we're in spiritual union now. So you just never know. But I feel like it's also a reminder of good things also happened. And that's where I want to keep my focus. It's not that I want to deny the hard things, but I feel like there's clarity to be found. And I feel like, Temperance is saying, don't just focus on the negative, like work that out, figure it out, and then keep your thoughts happy. All right, let's go ahead and bring out the Gilded Tarot. Um, wow, what a reading so far, Taurus. I feel like whatever happened in this line where it starts with financial material changes and the Seven of Swords and then discontentment and boredom. There probably was a change. And listen, maybe I didn't ask for that change. But in the same breath, I feel like it's probably exactly what you needed. And maybe you don't know that until a little time goes by. I feel like any change temporarily can be difficult, but I feel like, again, your guides are going to help you figure it out. Let them help you. It's like when you watch a tarot reading, especially in my readings, because I read through my spirit guides, certainly you can ask your guides to send you a message. I should have said that in the beginning. Like send me some type of message so I know that this is for me. Because sometimes not a whole reading is for you, but certain messages are. But trust your intuition because if you know it's your intuition, then it won't lead you astray. All right. So we have the tower. No surprise, right? Because I feel like, yes, the tower did happen. That's why we have emotional loss right next to temperance. Tower. Someone could have fallen from grace. But I have to say also, this tower is still standing. It's like just a steeple. Got hit by lightning, but the rest of it, you know, it's still standing. But literally, someone could have fallen from grace. But look at this. And then the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. House of Abundance. And I feel like that's covering both areas for you. I also love this if you've made a decision to like do your own thing, create your own business, and you wonder, can I be successful? As long as you focus on it, the answer is yes. And success is measured in different ways by different people. I'm not telling you that, I'm not going to leave it off the table, but I'm not saying that naturally you'll just get rich. I hope that you do if that's what you want. But rich, you know, rich in what? This is a house that truly can take root. And, I do feel like loyalty and, because I feel like it's the family unit that takes root. And I often feel like when I see the Ten of Pentacles, and I know there's a soulmate in the mix, I feel like this also, because this really does mean it takes root. Like this could be something I begin that I can hand down to my children and my children hand down to their children, like a business type thing, or even just money, whatever it may be. Um, and I often feel like, as it relates to love, this is the type of love story that will be talked about long after I'm gone, long after we're gone. And it wouldn't be much of a love story if it was like they met, they fell in love, that's that, right? It's like we want real life. They met, they fell in love, there were challenges, they broke up, they missed each other desperately. Neither would speak it, both of them suffering in silence, though their spirit guides are here, helping to guide them back to each other. By the way, whether it be in this lifetime or past lifetimes, when I see a soulmate, it doesn't necessarily even mean it has to be in this lifetime. But those two fives now will add up to the 10. Okay, well, let's keep going. All right, we have the devil, card of Capricorn. That talks about temptation. And that makes sense with the Seven of Swords right down here. You know what I mean? Um, To me, Capricorn's card is really learning to understand that we all have light and dark within us. And the ticket is really learning to balance them. Sometimes we need to bring out our dark energy. But majority of the time we're in our light energy. But I do feel like there was some type of temptation. All right, well, let's keep going. Eight of Wands, look at that. An eight coming over an eight. Fast moving energy. Don't we have that? We have it right down here. When I think about, I bring about. I often picture this in my mind as your intentions are four of those wands, and you're sending them out to the universe. And the universe is going to send back that same vibration that you sent them out in. And that's why you do want to think about your vibration, especially the magician here, the manifester. If I can manifest from a positive energy, I'm just going to bring more positivity back to me. If I just think nothing will ever work out, everything's always going to be bad, maybe I just keep bringing that energy back to me. I do feel like two eights, two new beginnings. We have the Seven of Wands over the Four of Wands. We have the Hermit. I feel like I already saw the Hermit. Did I? Maybe not. Interesting. All right, so anyways, we have the Hermit over the Five of Cups. First of all, it's a card of Virgo. But look what this Hermit is doing. And I'm showing you because literally we have the Seven of Swords there. So I feel like this is trying to give you some comfort because the Hermit's lantern, beacon of light, is illuminating snake in the grass. So it's almost like I don't have to worry, right? I don't have to put all this fear in my mind like the Nine of Swords. Instead, I'm going to use my spiritual light, just like the Empress and the Emperor would do. And again, if there's a snake in the grass, it's going to be illuminated. And then you have the Fool. Kind of beautiful. So I feel like for some of you, it's funny. I'm getting a mixed bag here because I feel like, and it can be both. You may relate to all of it. But the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. It is about allowing oneself to have a new beginning. And what I love is there is the Fool's mentor, first mentor along this journey, the Magician. So it's almost like you don't have anything to worry about. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. I feel like whoever was in that Seven of Swords energy, it's like they're being eclipsed out. At least you're not allowing that energy to take up any space in your head. You're not going to allow that energy to stop any abundance that wants to find you. You're willing to now take a chance, take a leap of faith. You're going to trust in your energy. You can trust in your guides. Just watch where that will lead you. No wonder the Hermit's illuminating the Seven of Swords and the Fool's coming over that because of the Empress and Emperor here. I just don't feel like the Seven of Swords could fit within this lifetime, within the life of the Empress or the Emperor. Now, it probably did exist, but I don't feel like it can come back in that type of energy and get away with it. There's just no way. And I feel like that's why the Fool's being represented here. All right, let's keep going. Some of you could have, you could have been in a committed relationship before with this person. And Seven of Wands, it does talk about standing your ground. But I do have to say, to me, I feel like the Seven of Wands, I gotta be careful because I do feel like it comes from ego energy. But it can also be like, let's say someone just kept accusing someone of something and maybe they didn't do anything. Or maybe they did. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Um, but I feel like in the Seven of Wands, I feel like that's part of the issue down here. And that's kind of why I'm reading it as, it makes sense that my ego would, my ego doesn't want to get bruised again. But I feel like that's what was. So, yeah, it's important to stand our ground, but I feel like it's also important to know when we need to back down, when we need to say enough is enough. You know what I mean? Like that type of energy. Well, Nine of Wands. So, this is really you reflecting upon your life, coming out of the magician. And maybe this is what you've been doing. The Nine of Wands is another energy of power. Why? Because I was bold enough to look back, because I know myself, and I'm not looking back, and not because nine is about reflection, but final reflection. So I look back, I'm learning who I am, I'm learning how strong I am. Like, this is really about the things that you've overcome and really the power that is gained from that energy. I do feel like in all areas, especially in love, we got to know ourselves. We got to know how we are in love. And I feel like both of the soulmates need to know that. So, final reflection, and then the magician. Okay, well, let's get back to manifesting. The Knight of Pentacles, beautiful. It's like your guardian angel is coming in the nick of time. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles speaks about. I come in at the right time, not before, not after. This knight's bringing you a pentacle, and that pentacle is meant to expand your world. And I feel like, it depends on how you're going to nurture that pentacle. But because right now it's mirroring the Empress and the Emperor, I have no question that you can take this pentacle and listen, create the Ten of Pentacles out of it. It's like your guardian angels are saying, we didn't step away as you were going through these challenges. No, we're trying to help you. We're trying to show you how you can overcome them. You know, Five of Wands over accelerated motion. Interesting. Then we have the moon, card of Pisces, ruler Cancer. The moon's really about dreamy type energy. I have to say though, it did show in reverse. But somebody's telling me not to leave it in reverse, but we'll keep that in mind. So it could certainly be, maybe it's meant to be reversed because maybe now you do have clarity. Again, the moon can mean uncertainty, but maybe now, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty certain on what I want. I mean, we just keep moving closer and closer to the Emperor and the Empress, and we have the Fool right above that. So maybe where I was uncertain, now I am. Now I know what I want. And it's coming over discontentment and boredom. But in that energy, you're being offered a cup. And the message of the card is to use your spiritual discernment, not your fear based mind, not that Nine of Swords. All right, let's keep going. And there may be a couple cards I want to come back and look at just a little deeper. I feel like Taurus, this is covering all areas of your life. Hello, Ten of Cups. So not only do you have the Ten of Pentacles, you now have the Ten of Cups. And what a perfect place to come out right over the Empress and the Emperor. Perfect. This is the House of Harmony. What is it mirroring? Your guardian angel's energy, who's promising you that they're going to bring in this pentacle. And now I know this pentacle truly has no limits because it's mirroring the Ten of Cups. And up here is the Ten of Pentacles. This is a love story. Sometimes people think they can't rebound like that. Like, you know, if we were in love, like that's it. It didn't work out, what have you. But I feel like there was a lot to learn also. And I feel like if I've done that reflection, that then I've also learned, then I get it, right? And I am willing to take a leap of faith. I hope you take a leap of faith because I feel like what's showing is just so beautiful. All right, let's keep going. We have the Eight of Pentacles, perfect for the Empress and the Emperor. I'm going to put that right down the middle. We have the King of Pentacles, could certainly be you, another Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. We do have Virgo on the board. We have Three of Wands. This is an optimistic view about your future. This is you telling your spirit guides, I know that you'll deliver my ships in their due time. And in the meantime, I'm going to start just enjoying my life, moment by moment. I'm not going to project myself too far out in the future. I'm just going to trust in divine timing. You can see the ships. And I feel like, you know, like, what do I want to say? I mean, like, literally, we can see the ships. They just haven't reached shore yet. Two of Swords. It's almost like I have a choice here on which way I want to handle this. Two of Swords means I'm going to block this opportunity. Three of Wands means I'm going to step forward in this opportunity. And listen, why would I block it? Well, maybe I worry that how can I guarantee myself that this is going to work? But you can't guarantee yourself. But what you can do is understand that anything that you focus upon is what you're going to grow. That's what the Eight of Pentacles signifies. Wherever you put your focus is only going to grow and grow and grow. And by the way, just like taking a job, you have to learn. We also have to learn how to love unencumbered. I can't allow all my past experiences to affect my present or future life. And by the way, I feel like if there's someone you're missing, don't wait for them. You can if you want. But like sometimes I feel like, why not reach out? Because listen, if someone doesn't want to be with me, I want to know. Because I don't want to spend my life waiting for someone to want to be with me. I want someone who just automatically wants to be like, I can imagine not being with you. Now, if this was younger love, there just could have been lessons. There could have been immaturity, right? There needed to be growth. There needed to be different experiences. And the Empress and the Empress have gone through it. They have gone through it, but they don't, especially the Empress, I don't allow my heart to get hard. It's important, right? I keep myself open and I trust in divine energy. I trust in my guides. Here is your guardian angel. Here is your whole spiritual team. And by the way, what do I think Temperance's main job is? I think I already said this, is to make sure both soulmates, that their vibration is equal, is balanced, right? Because if one is unbalanced, then it's not going to work. So it's about the balance. And it takes a moment or two. Maybe we're learning lessons at different rates. but I feel like we're both learning similar lessons. And then, man, if this is about love, and then you take that energy and you work together, dare I say, can you have it all? Well, I feel like the answer is yes, because I feel like I don't know what else you could possibly want beyond this. And listen, if there's more, then you just tell divine. Let go of control of how it must show and just trust that it's going to show probably better than you can even expected. Understand that you have, it's you and divine working hand in hand to manifest your life. It's each and every moment that's determining your future. It's my intentions right now where I'm starting to build my harvest for the fall. And if I plant no seeds, then I have no harvest. Wow. All right. I want to take Mother Mary. I really don't feel like I need to go back. So let's go ahead and take Mother Mary over this and get her words of wisdom, especially for the soulmates, but also just in general, whatever Mother Mary feels you need to hear. I say you. I feel like we, um, because I never leave myself out of a reading. I feel like I'm always learning. All right. Well, hello. Hope. I trust that God has a wonderful solution and brilliant plans in store for me. Well, God does. Hope. Reminds me of the star card. And, bringing up the star card, that is working hand in hand with divine to bring your dreams into your reality. It's not just giving it all over to divine. It's like, I'm going to do my part. And divine's like, well, I'm going to do my part. And what perfect harmony you create. Truth. Now, your very first card in that little short reading was the Ace of Swords. And to me, that does represent truth, but it's our own truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. And that's why I feel like sometimes, you know, if you know who I'm talking about and you feel there's a chance they might be missing you, I'm not saying reach out and be like, oh my God, I miss you so much. I love you so much. Can we come back together? No, you could just simply say, hey, you popped up in my mind and I just thought I'd just see how you're doing. Just want to see how you're doing. And then, I feel like you get your answer, the truth. And then mother. Well, we have the mother figure right here. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. I feel like some of you, it's like in your childhood, maybe your parents didn't get along. Maybe you put that on your mother. I know I did. Um, but then I became a mother and now I understand, you know what I mean? Now I see it from a different point of view. And that may simply mean it be what it means, you know, um, where I feel like many mothers, you just try your best. I tried my best. And like as a mother myself, I know I messed up a million times, but I had to learn how to forgive myself. And I also feel because when I get the father card, which we just got yesterday, and I forget, I think it was during the live readings, it's the same energy where I feel like sometimes we just have to look at our parents, and sometimes like the first person out the gate that we end up with is just like the person, the parent that we did not want to be like. And that doesn't mean we didn't love them. We don't love our parents. It just means like that part of them that, like when I think of my dad, well, he was a cheater, I mean, I was a daddy's girl, but he was a cheater. And who's the first person I marry? Well, a serial cheater. I mean, I don't think there's anyone he didn't cheat with. Um, and that was my first and only marriage, but that was my first, I want to say true commitment, but really, I think Sam was my first commitment, as a young teenager. I already knew that I was in love. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, life comes in between sometimes. And that's why I say, it's not like waiting. It's not sitting there and waiting for something to happen. It's just letting divine do her thing. Just put the things that you can't control, let me control them. Hand it over to me and get on with living. And then be open to surprises. I mean, I feel like you got quite a few surprises coming your way. I do feel like this is talking about love that's coming back together. Again, whether it be this lifetime, last lifetime, and it may be both. Probably is both. All right. I think I'm going to leave it there. I mean, hello, spiritual union and the soulmates. So, well, spiritual union. Love begins. Hello, Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. I mean, come on. Can I have it all? Well, I'll tell you who can have it all. The Empress and the Emperor. Why? Because they don't allow the past. They've learned from the past. They've evolved from the past. That's why. I found this quite beautiful, Taurus. Um, but I think I'm just going to let that be. Something all of a sudden is telling me, don't make it too long, Sandy. Don't make it too long, or Taurus may turn it off. And I really want you to see the ending. Oh, you know what? I may do a short, and maybe I'll do the ending. Anyway, I really just trust in divine. If it's meant to find you, you'll find it. I love you guys. I thank you guys. So much gratitude for you in each and every way. I mean, you do so much for my channel. Um, thank you for coming to my lives yesterday. I know there was a lot of you in there for my lives. And that's just where you can go in and ask me questions, you know what I mean, about your life. And I answer them through my guides and through the cards. To me, the cards are just a tool that ignites my intuition. But there is a day that's going to come where I'm just going to maybe not use the cards and just read you in that way, but we'll see. Anyways, I love you guys. Happy birthday to those who are celebrating. I want to give Sarah a shout out. Hi, Sarah. Happy birthday. And I'm saying that because Sarah's been, I don't know, you just popped in my mind. Just popped in my mind. So I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.